starts in a remote area called Ktobmat, where there is an old man named Tatu who helped rescue someone from a watcher. This is truly astonishing, seeing Tatu and a muddy canal here. He was asked, "Ta, why are you in the place where you were caught?" He replied that it was because he, Tatu, was always searching for the lower part of his leg, and so he had been traveling for many days. Refusing to listen to Takva's advice, even though he tried to guide them, Tatu became very angry with them. He didn't care what they said or how much they argued with each other. He just left with his tools right away. So Takva said, "Look, those few people from earlier are flying around searching for you, and it seems like disaster has already happened." The person said that Tin and the student Chbong Pasat also took him to close the gate of the Golden Canal, and as for him, he might be in danger, so Tatu went to help the student Chbong. As for Tatu, he didn't care at all, except when it came to his daughter. He said, "That unruly student, his mouth never stops talking. I'm really fed up and don't want to help at all." Kiev, on the other hand, cried out loudly, but in the end, he left without looking back. He said, "Kiev, there's no need to worry so much right now. The second Ta is probably helping his master already." As for the new Kiev, Tatu had his lower leg cut off, just like Takva. Both of them were old men and didn't have much strength left. "Who could help my master in any way? It would be best if Preah Siev stayed in the village with the others. The small corner of Holy is now gone, but we will return soon." Siev is truly worried and tells everyone to take good care of themselves because Tu has also suffered. This girl is now on this warboat, the Royal Palace, which is located in the territory of Katasi. In the past, Tanyang also came with me to close the gate of Myanmayaslan, but not anymore. Now, Takausip, your eyesight is really good. Siev, in the evening, the merchants are the same as well. As for Torch, he is not happy at all. So all of them set out on a journey to help Pasak, whose name was mentioned according to the cargo being taken out for sale. But Tu was startled, as this cargo was truly strange. It could hold thousands of different items inside. Now Ta arranged the head of the storage barrel and explained where it came from. "I also took it from Vimian Measlan and secretly took several other valuable items as well, taking a share from the lower part." Tatu checked it and took it to examine, and it bled golden blood. "The training takes place at Vimian Mes Lula, that's you." The reason Tatro knew about this before is because he had once fought with an old man who lived near Vimian Meas Lula. He knew clearly that they also had a craftsman named Pa who was skilled in working with gold. It was assumed that the owner of Meas land was currently breaking apart the lower section. Generally, Tatu would use it, and he thought that the old man living at Vimian Meas land always praised me. He had already taken the lower part of mine and given it to his descendants to use. There was nothing strange about that. And they joked about the name and about Tatu's leg, saying that Tatu's leg was being used by them. Could Tatu recognize that leg as his own? And how could he tell, thinking that he might have received a fake leg? He said that he had separated the back part of his leg, and he just used his energy and strength to recognize it, so he didn't want to think too much about it. After seeing the owner of Measlan cut off the lower part of Tatu's leg, he then tried to reattach it, and it worked out in the end. When morning came, Takve, even though he was blind, knew that there was a battle taking place on the peak of the icy mountain. That was Prasin fighting against the warriors in the Lulan Palace. Tu told Kiev to run outside. Many of the warriors in the Golden Palace were stopped, with dozens of them being incapacitated. But because Prasin was exhausted, he was surrounded and captured in one place by all of them, who used a simple tactic to trap him with the fire of the temple. Suddenly, there was a huge betrayal. They slashed and destroyed the formation, shattering it completely. That was the strike of the heavenly blade, and everyone was truly shocked. It turned out that Tian Khan was still alive. Meanwhile, there was joy in the temple. As the master said, this was the Roman era, but then he suddenly fell. He told Kiev, "Let's head to Fibiuslan and Kiwi." Kiev was also puzzled and asked Ta, "Why are we going there? Aren't you going to help my master?" Tu replied, "Why should I help Prasin? If I help him now, it will only trouble me because he talks too much. If possible, listen, if you don't listen to me, I'll cut your flesh and take it to Asia." Kiev also confirmed this and told him, "Look, this master has gold and a car." In the grand hall, there were many skeletons emitting light. "Don't be afraid, just kneel down," he said weakly. Everyone said that Master Tian Khan had arrived. The old man who resided in the Golden Palace said, "As long as we are here, asking them won't do anything for you. Our resurrection is about to happen, so we don't want to waste another life of ours on something useless anymore, especially not now. So you should hand over the lower season to them. Let them use their power to cut themselves off from this master who has gold and a car. He didn't dare refuse anything and called another of his disciples to come in, kneeling down weakly. All the masters were then made to let the owner use their power to kill themselves, taking it for his own use and then leaving. All of you, as blue creatures, arrived at the lakeside where Grandpa Tho spoke urgently to someone. There has been no progress at all for many years now. Even if this sport's position changes, it doesn't matter. So he sold his own skin, soared upward, and used his power to absorb all the water from the lake into his stomach, then sprayed it at the people who were in the golden palace for them, many of whom belonged to the owner of the gold and car. His 2 hands took the lower part, and Grandpa Tho walked down and respectfully asked for forgiveness from Grandpa Tho as well. Grandpa Tho didn't want to say much, just thanked them for watching over and providing blood vessels to run through the lower part of his body for many years. The brain signaled Yong's lower body to switch places, okay, and it going. Or, if the lower part of your body hasn't fully connected yet, don't worry, do you believe me? I have good medicine that can treat and reconnect or restore it to its original state. But car owners don't believe it. If you don't want to buy it, don't take advantage of me or cause me trouble. That's fine, but as for the name and spirit of the person, he is the doctor in my story. What I have to do is help people, even if it makes me cry. The plan is to take his body for experimentation before it can't be reconnected or before his body becomes numb. Mr. Thu Kai said, "The old man who owns the car, does he still live?" He spoke quietly, replying, "As long as you ask, he is not dead yet, and neither am I. We are still alive." He continued, "He is not dead yet, but it won't be long, not too soon either. I will definitely come to kill him eventually." Then he left. After traveling for a long time, he arrived at a grassy field. There, he said, "People, as for earlier, if you speak from within, his power is truly immense, because as he told me, I have fought with him many times before." That old man started consuming elixirs again, 15 times in total, using them to extend his life. He has lived for 15,000 years, which means he has survived for over 10,000 years and is still not dead. He is a person who has endured tremendous hardship. The astonishing thing is that his lifespan is 15,000 years and he has lived for so many years. It's truly unbelievable. There is nothing unbelievable about it. The impermanence of things is like the cycle of nature. In that magnificent temple, you have seen it yourself. Gods as well as demon clans have lifespans of tens of thousands of years. The old man who possesses the golden wheel is neither a god nor a demon, but his level is close to that of the legendary gods. His knowledge of the past is truly mysterious. If we were not women together, the old man would not want to fight with him anymore because he himself has said so. You are still young, so you probably won't take all these stories to heart, even though there are many terrifying tales in this world, like the old man's 2 eyes, for example. The name slipped from my mind as I thought to myself that I would try to heal the old man completely, to restore him to his original state. After returning to the village, it didn't take long before the name used some saliva to write and smeared it on the lower part of the old man, Tu Xiaomei. The surprise was that no one expected the written saliva to be useful at this moment. After that, the name had already gotten the water. The lower part of Grandpa Tu was then put into the pot to be boiled on the stove. Grandpa Tu was lacking instructions and was still very weak. His legs were probably going to be cooked. Grandpa Tu was extremely angry, thinking that his body could be cut by the gods, but just a small ear could not cook his legs until they were tender. Many days passed as they boiled Grandpa Tu's legs. The name then grabbed the teacher or doctor and attached the lower part back to Grandpa Tu's body, using a visual inspection to check all the blood vessels that were being reconnected. Risking it, they used science to gather the earth and restore his body as fully as possible. Many days passed and money was spent. A little later, the name then grabbed Grandpa Tu and boiled him in the pot, both his body and his whole self. Grandpa Tu said that the hat-wearing grandson had spent a lot of effort and time for him. The name was burned, and I also practiced medicine with Grandpa Tu for many years. In the end, I was able to treat Grandpa Tu completely, but it was all useless. Then, in the morning, finally, Grandpa Tu's legs could be used 100% just like before. Grandpa Tu was extremely happy, and so was everyone else. Grandpa Tu spoke happily, saying, "In the past, the doll took care of itself, but now it's taking care of Grandpa again, and that's really wonderful." Grandpa Kvan, who was building his house, realized that it was all December. His student was not more than 100 meters away from here. If he kept talking nonsense, his student would arrive here as well. So, while searching through the cupboard, he woke Miss Ma and found that inside the toy box there was a Buddha's hand. He took it out, and the name was puzzled, wondering why Grandpa knew things that he didn't know. This Buddha's hand bone, he was the one who cut it off, and his own body was severed because of all these problems. He had trained himself and knew that in his own storage box, his grandson could not keep it safe. All those Buddhas were not yet dead. If they were divided and kept, it would still attract danger and disaster. The name Cambodia was worried that if Grandpa just left it there, all those Buddhas would surely come for revenge against Grandpa. But Grandpa too didn't care. If they weren't afraid of losing another hand, then so be it. That's why their father came in second place. As they set off on their journey, Grandpa Kavak said, "Wear your New Year's hat and come visit our village sometime." The name was mentioned and it was fine. Grandpa said, "I'll come back again." Then Pasan's voice shouted loudly from afar, and teacher and Thu's younger students heard footsteps and quickly rushed to catch Grandpa Kvak to let him rest quickly. Kiev was truly delighted, saying, "My master is here." But because of Kiev's shouting, it was useless if he was hundreds of meters away from here. So, tell Kiev that we should head to the border and let the students try again. If the car can't be seen, then it must be the place. But anyway, this is more than usual, this palace here. The old man said, "Where is the pure child of the succession that I asked you to look for? Where is he?" The car owner paid his respects to the teacher. "At this moment, I still haven't seen him yet." And as the old man said, if there is no son for the succession, then even if he holds the succession rights in both hands, it will be useless. So, there is only half a step left before we become gods. And you should find the pure child of the succession song and let him see him. If we can't find him, then you'll know that something has happened. The champion and the amputee looked at the border. A guard reported to the superior that, according to the orders from above, if they encounter the snake holder, they are only to restrain him and not let him leave this game at all. Before the story ends, QV runs with them, causing chaos in this arena as well. And so, our episode 44 comes to an end here. Thank you very much, and we'll meet again with new developments soon.